This is how to use zombie builds within Black Ops 6 Zombies in order to create custom builds of any single weapon with any camo, any mastercraft, anything you want on it, and get it in-game via the mystery box, via wall weapons, or of course by spawning in with it via your loadouts. It's actually really simple to do, and a lot of people still don't know about it. I actually have a video that I made about it and never uploaded, so here it is now. And real quick, are your meatballs? Just had to get that out of the way. Quick message from this video sponsor, Damn Mods. With Damn Mods, get the quickest and safest, highly trusted by Trustpilot with 5 stars, Call of Duty boosting services, and accounts for all platforms. Unlock Dark Ether, Abyss, Nebula, max out all weapon levels, play in bot lobbies, get some zombie stuff, and so much more. Check out Damn Mods with the link in the description and use code JOEMET for up to $100 off. Alright, so I probably threw a sponsored section in right there, and now we're going to jump into the video. So the first thing you're going to want to go ahead and do in order to get these custom zombie build loadouts is you're going to want to go to the top of your game in the zombies main menu. So from the Black Ops 6 main menu, you're going to want to go over to zombies, and then you're going to go over to weapons. Now, most people know how to go to the loadouts, which is the next option, and customize their starting weapon, but there's an additional layer on top of this system, which probably admittedly isn't as good as the Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 weapon kit system, but it still works and it still serves its purpose. So that's really it. I'm happy with it. Either way, like I said, from the zombies main menu, you go to weapons, then loadouts, and then from here, you have to go to your gunsmith, and then you're going to be selecting right here. Oh, sorry, not into the gunsmith. You hit on the weapon. Don't hit on gunsmith is what I meant to say. Hit on the weapon. And then from here, you're going to choose whatever weapon you want to create a zombie build for. Now, if this is your first time doing this, you're going to want to go through and you're going to do this one by one for each and every single weapon. Now, if you've done the camo grind within this game, it's going to make this process a whole lot easier because you're probably already going to have every single weapon ranked up to max, and you're going to have all the attachments unlocked and be able to customize whatever weapon to the way you want it to be customized. Now, that said, let's pick a random weapon that I have leveled up a lot. I think we're gonna probably go with that. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with this XM4. And the XM4 is good because I have different mastercrafts of it as well. So let's select the XM4, which I know I already have selected. And you can see in this list, I already have some mastercrafts of the XM4 and some custom builds of it. But one of them, only one of them, has this red zombie build icon on it. And that is indicative of which weapon I will get in my game when I go to the wall to buy the XM4 off the wall. This will be the gun I get every single time. This exact build with this exact camo, these exact attachments. This will be the XM4 I get every single time. Same thing goes for the mystery box, and whatever weapon I pick out of this list will be the one I spawn in with. Meaning, if there's an XM4 on the wall, say, that I want to buy, and I want to spawn in with a different one for whatever reason, maybe the under barrel attachment, maybe in a different weapon class like the AIMS where you have that under barrel attachment, right? The explosive attachment. Maybe you'd want to use that at one point to spawn in with it for whatever reason. And then at a different point in the game, you'd want to pick up a different one other than the one with the under barrel. You have the ability to do that. So again, using the XM4 as an example, I can spawn in with this one. And then if I go back to it's a really weird menu. You have to click on the weapon again, find the weapon in the main menu, which is the XM4, and you look at this list. Even though I'm spawning in with this weapon, this one is the zombie build, so when I buy it in-game via the wall or the box weapons, this will always be the variant that I get. Now, if we go over and make this a little bit, if we go a little bit further with it, I should say, let's just stick with that, and we go into Terminus. There's obviously zombies attacking men around the map, security guards around the map, and those security guards have weapons, and sometimes that weapon is the XM4. Will this XM4 that I get from one of the guys that dies in the map from the zombies, as soon as I open a door, there's zombies attacking security. They drop an XM4. Will that XM4 be my zombie build XM4? The answer to that question is no. The weapons that the security guards, and maybe at some point in the future they'll update this, but the weapons that the security guards have and any other boss in this game has, or yeah, anything to that capacity, you got a free weapon. That will always be the default variant, it seems, unless they make some tunes to it at a later point in time. But at the very least, you can set your loadout weapon. Like I said, you just literally pick it here, and then you go to your gunsmith, and you change whatever you want to change. That's very obvious. Everyone knows that by now. And then in terms of your zombie build weapon, you come in here, you select whatever weapon you want to select, and here's the best part about it. You can actually customize any of your mastercrafts. So as you can see, I have a bunch of different mastercrafts for this XM4, and for the sake of it, let's customize a new Gumball Ballistics XM4. So we're going to hit create new build, and we're going to select the Gumball Ballistics XM4. Now, I think if I wanted to save this, I don't even think it would save, and I'm going to check. I'm going to click on the weapon again, go to XM4. Oh, it does save. Okay, it does save a secondary one. But this is the same weapon, so it doesn't really matter. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and select this again and hit Gunsmith, or I guess for the sake of it, let's actually just delete this weapon. I want to make this as simple as possible. And by the way, if you hit the options button on your controller or right click on PC and hit build options and then hit delete, you can either rename, duplicate, reset to default, or delete this zombie build. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete it just to make this simple. And as you can see in this area, I have no other Gumball Ballistics XM4s. So I'm gonna go ahead and create new build. I'm gonna select Gumball Ballistics. And then at this point in time, if I wanted to say throw an optic on this XM4, I can now do that. I can change this XM4 and throw on a special attachment that isn't on this Mastercraft build already. And I'm using the Mastercraft build as an example because some people may purchase Mastercrafts in game and they may want an additional attachment like this maybe on the weapon that looks really strange, but they may want it in order to gain functionality with their weapon without compromising their Mastercraft variant. So okay, same deal as usual. Once you customize the attachments, you can remove or add whatever attachments you want here. I'll remove these right here. You'll start to see the gun because you know what? I'll remove all the attachments from it. Actually, I'll keep the scope on it just for the sake of example. And I'll remove all this. So there you go. I removed the dual mag, and now it's all stock inferior attachments, but I have the ability to do that if I want, which is good. You're not stuck with what you have here. And then we'll go to customize camo, and then we can actually select any of these camos. So if you do have this nebula camo, as you can see, it even does apply not only to the whole weapon, but it also applies to the additional attachments you add on to the weapon. So it's good. This is a fairly good system. This is exactly like weapon kits in Black Ops 4 Zombies and Black Ops 3 Zombies, but it's got a couple of extra steps. So I'm going to go ahead and we will throw on a random camo onto this weapon, and bang, and done. We'll go back, and I will continually go back. And this is it. Now, if I want to spawn in with this weapon, it's already in my loadout. I can go and spawn in with this weapon. However, regardless of if I want to spawn in with it, when I get this weapon in game from the mystery box or from the wall, if I want it to be this specific, if I want it to be this specific build of the XM4, I'm dying right now. I don't know what's happening. All I have to do is go into the menu or hit XM4, hit it again, and then go ahead and select the variant. So as you can see, I have two Gumball Ballistic variants. This is the default variant. This is the customized one. And if I want to now set this one as the zombie build weapon, you'll see on the bottom of your screen, you have different options. On controller, I believe it's triangle, but I could be wrong. Either way, it'll tell you which button to hit somewhere on the bottom. For me, it says set zombie build, number 1. So I hit number 1 and bang, that red Z shows up there, which means that this is now indeed my zombie build. So I can pick a different weapon, like I said before, to spawn in with. But whenever I get the XM4 in my game from the mystery box or from the wall, this will be the variant of the XM4 I get with the same camo and the same attachments that I have within this gunsmith right here. And that's pretty much it. It's really simple. I took a really long time to explain it, but I wanted to explain every single aspect of these zombies builds to keep it as that's really it. I just wanted to explain every single aspect. I'm trying to explain my explanations. There's no need to do that. Either way, if you have any questions about zombie builds down below in the comments, you can go and leave them. I also do want to mention one additional thing. So now that I've made this zombie build, if I want to make one for the Krieg, for example, which I don't have a zombie build for, I would have to now select the Krieg as my loadout weapon. There's no way to do this other than that. I have to select the Krieg as my loadout weapon, and you'll see, even if I want to open the gunsmith, I still have to equip the weapon. So no matter what I do, I have to select it into my loadout, as you can see, and then click on gunsmith and then customize the weapon however I may want. I don't think I have any camos or anything on it at all. But let me see. I'll try to see if I have a sight. I do. I'll throw some kind of sight on it, and there you go. Now, if I go back, this is the weapon I start with, like I said, but say I want to start with the XM4 again, I'll start with that XM4. But if I want to set this Krieg that I just made as my zombie build, this way when I get it in my game, I have that exact build. I have to reselect the loadout weapon, go to the AR tab, go to the Krieg, and now this is the variant of the Krieg I want to get with that sight, right? So I'm going to simply select the button that it says on the bottom, which is number 1. And as you can see, the Z shows up. The zombie build set is now selected and enabled and applied, and we are good. It's really simple. It really is. This video did not have to be that long, and I may have even overcomplicated it, but I really wanted to explain every single aspect of it and make sure that everything was as clear as possible. This way you don't have to ask. any questions. And this way you know now it does work with Mastercrafts and camels. In the past, it was just bugged. If you try to do this before, it will work now. And the most important thing that you really have to note here is that you do have to go through each and every single weapon. And even if you don't want to create a zombie build for each and every single weapon, if you have Mastercrafts, you can just go in and simply here, select one. Whenever I get this gun in the game now, that will be the version of it I get every single time because there's a red Z. Just make sure you have some kind of build created with a Z on it, just to confirm you have a zombie build with custom attachments. Because why not? Even if it's just a Mastercraft and it's more colorful, who the hell cares? It's cool to have this, right? I'm very fortunate to have this now in this game, where in Cold War we didn't have it for a while, and even when we did have it, it was very weird. So, Elite Plays only. That is pretty much it. That is zombie builds fully explained within Black Ops 6 Zombies. Again, if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. I'll see you guys later. Take care of your meatballs.